Hello again, everybody.
Oh, Harry! Oh, yeah, Harry!
You know, there comes a time when you probably ought to stop broadcasting. I probably should have quit about 5 years before I passed.
I think we should have quit about 20 years ago.
What am I accountant? What do I know?
Get through what you got to get through, Scott. We'll come back around to it.
We only deal in truth here.
Oh, my God. What world am I living in? Scott Barter's making me laugh.
Don't you feel a little stupid?
My chested model is only 12.5.
Extra 2,500 gets you the.
This certainly beats the $9.99 blow-up doll I got in my closet right now.
I think that was like $19.99.
Well, you got the half price discount, didn't you? After my wedding, was a virgin sacrificed?
Not that I recall. We couldn't find one.
And not in Kenosha anyway. Right? Go over there this afternoon. Throw your worm in the water. See how that works out.
Throw your worm in the water means something different in Los Angeles.
Well, it means about the same thing here in Kenosha. Wow, things haven't changed. Hell of a show. Dead people and perverts and degenerates. Kind of fits right in here. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. This is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the January 13th edition of the Kenosha City Weekly Report, coming to you live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WLIP, streaming worldwide and booming across the very frigid cornfields of the Midwest, reaching out to over 50,000 homes here in the Tri-County area. Being brought to you this morning by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and the legendary Brat Stop, along with a host of other very fine local businesses. Joining us this morning, now that I have officially come out of the closet, or in this case the bathroom, however it may be, and have gone over to the other side, my new transgender attorney, the Honorable Elmo Schneider, Esquire.
Good morning, Aunt Sally.
Auntie Sally. Boy, we're right out of the blocks, Wayne. I asked you if you were prepared, and see what you're in for here?
Oh, goody.
Anyway, Attorney Schneider here is going to be helping me figure out how I can spend $800,000 from my up-and-coming lawsuit against the Kenosha School District. Now, you know, putting things in perspective, $800,000 equates to over 13,000 Long Island iced teas. I mean, that's how we got to base this.
You did the math on that?
Yep.
You're spending way too much on Long Island iced teas.
Well, that's money well spent, $800,000.
Sure.
You get a volume discount if you buy that many?
Well, I guess I might have to
severely
prepay.
doubt it.
You know, if you think about the $800,000, that's even a hair more than the $500,000 we sent the last superintendent of schools packing. We paid her a buyout of $500,000. And you're right, there is a book deal in the works. And you know who's going to play me as Auntie Sally?
Oh, jeez.
Hillary Clinton. And as he is every Saturday, look at him, he's over there.
It's 133,000.
He's doing research.
133,000.
Long Island. I got to move a decimal point one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I figured it's 650.
Yeah, but
Plus tip, I suppose, right?
133,333.
Well, that ought to last me through June.
Yeah.
If you're lucky.
Until it gets warm out.
Yeah, it gets warm out. Our video coordinator, who has chosen to continue, I love this, continue to stand and be like a man, Spider Ronnie the camera dude joins us here at Camp Happy Face. Spider, welcome.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, boy. I can see the direction this is going.
I told you that's why we don't give him a mic.
And engineering and board operating the Kenosha State Trolley Ride this morning, Wacky Wayne joins us here in the Enchanted Kingdom.
Very enchanted, yes.
This week, the Kenosha Today's Secret Word Challenge is sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services. And now that Congress has passed sweeping changes to the tax code, many questions have arisen as to how all this may or may not pertain to your particular situation. With over 35 years of tax preparation, financial planning service, let us guide you with all the options that are many still available and how you can use the new tax code to your advantage and save the maximum amount of dollars for you and your family. Give me a call, 262-652-6767. Set up a free consultation. And by the way, the Kenosha City Brain Trust has pre-selected this morning's secret word. And the first caller to say the secret word will win a $20 Boathouse gift card. We'll send it out to you if you say the secret word. Coming up after the 10:30 weather break, Kenosha's fastest growing game show sensation, the lightning round of City in Jeopardy, sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. And then after the 11 o'clock break, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category, written at Amen Corner, where gray hairs truly matter, on the deck of the Boathouse Pub and Eatery during last night's production meeting. These are the top 10 great things about Kenosha's new ice rink.
Oh, yeah, the ice rink.
which
I'm sure after that 50-degree weather is very much, standing clean
Nah,
and clear and
I had
ready
the-
for skating.
these were probably written. I know they were written before yesterday's Kenosha News picture that showed the ice rink closed because it got too warm.
Warm weather.
Right.
So, but you know what? There are still 10 great things about the new ice rink.
I'm sure.
Also, during that half hour, Stump the Chumps is still back, sponsored by Cabin Fever. And Cabin Fever is home to Benny the Backyard Beaver and his Roadkill Museum. And there's even more, boys and girls, after the 11:30 break. Our special editorial segment, sponsored by As the Legendary Brat Stop, As the Brat Turns. You know, now that I've actually gone over to the other side,
You did?
yeah. Oh.
Yeah? We're going falsetto, huh? All right. Or is that the natural sound of your voice now?
You spent a weekend at Barter Manor. It goes,
No, I will not be spending a weekend at Barter Manor, thank you kindly.
This week's High Five Zingers and Doofuses is only heard here on the Kenosha Today Show. And it gets even better, folks, for those who might have forgotten. Tomorrow at noon, each and every Sunday, you can tune in here at AM 1050 WIP and listen to the replay of this show. We are in the midst of coming up with a Valentine's special
Oh, we are.
on location. I
jeez.
can't dissolve it.
Yeah. We should probably dissolve
I don't
it.
dissolve that
just
either.
Dissolve it, yeah.
Disclose it at this point. But
Okay.
hopefully in the next week we will.
Probably from the basement of Barter Manor.
No, you don't want to go down there. You take your life in your hands there, bub. You got a call there, Mr. Wayne?
I suppose we could, yeah.
Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Morning, Shirley.
Good morning.
Shirley, turn your radio down if it is.
It's off. It's off. It's off.
Okay. What's he?
Yeah, talking about your replays. Thank you for waving at me.
Okay, good.
I saw you wave at me on your show.
It was a weak moment.
I know.
Hey, I'm sure you heard the news now that Unified settled the transgendered lawsuit, and I am on the other side. What do you think of that? I'm on your side now.
Good for you.
Hey, by the
Good
way,
for you.
you got that poodle skirt left over?
I have. Yeah.
What's
Be
that?
nice. I'm sick. I got a bad cold.
Oh, sounds like a lot of that going around. Hey,
Yeah, and I felt a little better though. You know what I did? I drank some rum chata. I could hardly talk earlier, and
Well,
I said,
you
I'm
gotta
gonna
drink more than a gallon
and
of it.
I feel better.
hey, I don't know if you saw the article in the paper this week, the Miss Kenosha show. They're having it this year on February something or other, 4th, whatever it was. And that they don't have anybody to take it over. So this was an agenda item at the Kenosha Today production meeting. And there's a chance that Kenosha Today will be making application to sponsor the Miss Kenosha pageant. What do you think of that?
Well, terrific.
Yeah, let's bring these old guys around the young girls. That makes sense.
We got Spider, Elmo,
Jeez.
Father Marcus. We'll bring Jim Troncelovich in, and myself, and to handle the Miss Kenosha pageant. What could go wrong there?
I got to find more acreage for Pervert World.
Well, it sounds pretty good.
We're here to save the pageant.
I think you can do it.
Give me
Shirley,
one more, you
you've been
can
in
do
the
it.
garage too long.
You've been on the sauce a little bit early this morning, Shirley.
Yeah, and Monday is my birthday. Me and Martin Luther King Jr.
Happy birthday, Shirley.
Happy birthday.
Yes, right on the 15th. Yeah.
Am I supposed to say, oh, wow, or am I just
Yeah,
going to say we don't
you
care?
have a birthday. They have a birthday song. I know on WLAP.
Yeah, we
I
lost
suppose you
it.
don't have it, huh?
We're talking about serious
I have a
stuff
birthday
here.
song for you. I think I sang it last
All
year.
right, here you go. Go ahead, Elmo.
It's your birthday, so happy birthday. Children dying everywhere, all the world is in despair. It's your birthday, so happy birthday.
Hey, Wayne.
Well,
There you go.
That'll have to
You're not the only one drinking this morning, baby.
Yeah, I know.
Not a drop.
Sounds
Only
like
coffee.
it.
Now, getting back to my serious topic, it says in the paper here, you don't have to have any pageant experience. That's us. Not at all. That's us. You just have to be organized. That's us. And willing to volunteer your time. That's us. We're 4 for 4.
Organized?
We're organized.
Right. Yeah, you're totally organized over there, Scott.
Well, I am.
You're probably still reading liners from February of last year.
Well, see,
He is.
yeah,
I know.
Once in a while, one slips through.
Once in a while. Sure. Okay.
And if we take over, we're going to have a senior division for you.
Oh, okay.
I can see you coming down the runway.
That poodle
my
skirt.
poodle skirt.
Yeah.
My saddle shoes, my poodle skirt.
But you got to have. There's the swimsuit competition. We're looking forward to that.
Right.
But you can't
right.
use your walker. You can't use your walker to be on stage. And there will be a tough quiz, some questioning from our judges in the senior division. And of course, then you get to wear the sash. You could win Miss Congeniality.
Right, I could.
And then there's the what's the dress competition? The
Evening gown.
Evening gown.
You're going to run the show, Scott.
I can handle that.
I don't know what all the pieces are, but there's a swimsuit competition, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's the next thing.
On that, but I'll do the dress, but not the swimsuit.
What are you gonna do for the talent competition?
Well,
Can you twirl a baton
yeah.
with the ends on fire?
Yeah, or like, do you hear, Spider? How to roll a fat boy.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I'm good at that. I'll have to do that. Yeah.
Hi. In the introduction, hi, my name's Shirley, and I grow pot in my garage. And right away, the judging is over, pretty much, and you go
All the
home
judges will head to the garage.
Yeah, so much.
That'd go a real big one.
Yeah. All right, Shirley. Well, I just wanted to let you know that we haven't made application yet because we're looking for a little feedback. If anybody thinks we are pretty qualified to do this. This was the thing it says in here.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well,
Yeah, I think you'd do good.
yeah. What could happen?
What could happen?
Well, if they don't select us or they don't select anybody, the pageant goes away, and it's been here for many, many years. So we're here to save Kenosha.
Oh, Jesus.
Right. Well, they need you, so think about it.
Okay. Who's ever in charge of this is probably thinking, "Oh God, what did we do?" Somebody please apply. No, we are serious.
You might surprise them. You might do good.
Might do good.
Yeah, you will do good.
Thank you.
You will do good. Think positive.
All right. But here's the other thing. It says the local organization has always been top notch. I didn't see that part.
Yeah. Read all the fine print.
Well, we're here to help. We're here to help, and so we'll let you go back.
You certainly are.
And go back and drink your rest of your bottle of rum chata.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Then I'll head for the garage.
Yeah. All right. Jesus. You don't miss a step there, right? All right. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for singing. That really made my day. Thank you.
You're welcome, Shirley.
Say Shirley.
Bye-bye.
See, bye-bye. Most of these other shows that she calls in do something formal, like formal drop.
Sure.
But we do this live with Elmo here.
Yep.
Well, I know.
Live with Elmo.
Right.
And no charge, and he does it a cappella.
Yeah, it's true.
And see, this is the talent that we bring to the Miss Kenosha pageant. He could handle the music, and I can handle the business side, and Ronnie, you can handle the filming, and Jumbo Jim Celovich can do what he does best.
Which is
I notice how you
Are
gave
there laws?
everybody. I notice how you gave everybody else a job, but you left Jim's particular job out of that. Huh?
Well, there's some litigation still.
Okay, great.
Still pending out there,
right,
so
all
we
right.
want to get past that.
Gotcha.
doesn't want any of this, huh?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah, I don't need to be a part of that.
Oh, I thought because you're not you live in Antioch.
Right, I can't be a part of it.
You know-
I don't live in Kenosha.
Besides, I don't think your wife would want you to come up and partake in a deal like this with guys like us.
No, probably not.
Even though it's
probably
top-notch.
Oh,
It's-
top notch, high class entertainment.
Well, I said top notch.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said high class.
Right. Sorry.
I bet you we'd pack them. We'd get our own judges and we'd get our own musical. And there was 7 gals scheduled for this show, and now 2 dropped out. But I bet you we could get at least 12 competitors.
I don't know.
Come on, Elmo.
We could get Jay involved in this.
262. Oh, yeah, I forgot him. Jay, not his real name.
We'd make a great judge.
He could, yeah. And he can be bought. Anyway, the big news, 262-694-1050, the big news, obviously. Well, a number of news articles, but locally, the Unified School District settled this transgender thing for a total of $800,000, which $650,000 goes to lawyers' fees.
Yeah.
Really?
That's why it was settled.
And the other difference goes to the individual in charge, or the individual that sued. And the thing that bothers me is the $25,000. All we paid was a $25,000 deductible. So I guess my question to our listeners is, if it was only going to cost us $25,000, why didn't we draw the line in the sand and say, go to the Supreme Court? Who cares? Doesn't make any difference.
There's a thing called subrogation where you delegate your authority to your insurance company, and they get to make the call as to when to pull the plug on the deal.
Well, they pulled the plug at the wrong time. This is just no. If anybody's listening, I'd like to hear your thoughts on should we have drawn the line in the sand and said nope, forget it, we're going, or did we do right to settle? And actually, quote by Gary Kunich, he voted against this, and I'm proud of him, very proud of him. He says they didn't settle anything. The law hasn't changed, and this guy or gal never proved anything.
I said from the beginning it would look for the money. This whole thing was all about the money.
Not that much.
Well,
there's still the book. There's still the book deal and the Lifetime movie and everything else that they're.
Well, you're talking about my book deal. I'm going to have a book deal and a movie. Like I said, Hillary Clinton's going to be playing Auntie Scotty, Sally.
Scotty.
Scotty goes to
Sally.
Sally goes to the other side, or Scotty goes to the other side. You know, you got to visualize.
I don't want to.
No,
I don't got to visualize anything. Thank you very much.
I remember seeing you in that dress on the TV show, and that was not pretty.
That was a size 12 at the time.
Uh-huh.
It was a red dress that I got off the rack, by the way, at Goodwill.
You
remember that? Right?
You see Ronnie making moves? He's probably pulling up the video now, going to try and scar me for life. No, thanks. I'm good.
You could put that up. We can find that someplace.
Yeah, I got it.
That was the infamous dating game show.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Pole dancing.
Yeah, but see, now that was about 5-6 years ago, and I'm retaining water a little bit, so I'm at probably a 16.
Retaining teas.
Well, anyway, if anybody has a thing with that, let me read this sponsor about Pete's Place. Professionally produced excuse for a radio show, Time Warner Cable's Channel 14. Tuesdays at 5, Wednesdays at 6, and...
The media's making a monster out of you because they don't care about the truth. All they care about is entertainment. Well, you need a forum where they don't even know the meaning of the word entertainment. Public access television.
You know, we signed up for our time slots for 2018. It will start February 1st, and we might have some alterations to make. I don't know why we've been doing this for 22 years in the same time slot, so... Anyway, you can also sign up with the thousands of our fans and listeners who have now joined the Kenosha Today Nation. Like us on Facebook. You can also visit the Kenosha Today website, KenoshaToday.com. And every Friday afternoon around 3 p.m. we get together for Getting Silly with Sally and or Scotty, as the case may be now.
Who knows what's going to show up.
And the rest of the Kenosha Today Brain Trust for our weekly production meeting. So if you want to join us, come on down and see how the intricacies of putting this show together and how long it takes.
It's fascinating.
Bring extra cash. All right, that's that. And so we have a bunch of topics to talk about. Again, if you think we should take over or apply, not we're not going to take over, we're going to make application possibly to sponsor the Miss Kenosha pageant starting in 2018 or 19. And then what do you think the Unified should or should not have settled this lawsuit? And we'll get back to that later. In an article, Oprah gave her big speech at the awards, the last...
Golden Globes.
Golden Globes, yeah.
I think.
And she went on for about, 6 minutes or something of that nature. And now the big word is there's a possibility Oprah might run for president in 2020. And if you think Oprah and Trump clashing would make a good election in 2020, I'd like to hear those comments.
It'd make good entertainment. I don't know about an election. So
well, who else Democrats got out there? Nobody that I know of. And you better start throwing some good names out there. And who's got better name recognition and money than Oprah? Can you imagine her and Trump going toe-to-toe at a debate? Oh.
that's what I said. Good entertainment.
Yeah. I'm going to build a wall around Chicago. And there was a picture in the paper today. You know how cold it was yesterday? It got a little colder.
How cold was it?
No, not that. Here's this moron out in Lake Michigan. You can see with 12-foot waves in a kayak, and you can see the red lighthouse in the background. What kind of intelligence or lack thereof do you have to go out on a kayak in January with 12-foot waves?
Maybe he's just a thrill seeker.
Well, if he's good, if you thrill and dump over, don't be calling the United States Coast Guard, because I'm going to tell them we ain't coming to get you.
Because I'm sure you've got lots of control over the U.S. Coast Guard,
They
too.
do. We see them all the time.
Well, I think no, not the it'd be the Kenosha County Sheriff's dive team.
Yeah. If you're out, forget the Coast Guard. This is not a rescue. This is a not
Recovery?
a rescue. Recovery. Yeah. Man, and what else we got here? Another thing coming up. There's a Wisconsin law being proposed, Assembly Bill 70. School boards, city councils, village boards, county boards would no longer be required to print a summary of their actions in their local newspaper. Right now, the Kenosha, it used to be the labor paper was
Right.
the official
Paper of record.
and then they went away for a while, right? They have a paper now, I believe.
Yeah, they came back.
But I don't think when they went away for a year or so,
Kenosha News became
Kenosha
the
News
paper of
became the
record.
pavement,
All the legal notices
right.
must be printed in there.
And what they're trying to do is get away with that. So if you...
Well, the alternative is they have to publish them on their website.
Which they do now.
Right, but they're saying that to save the cost of publication in the paper, let's just put it up on our website. If people want to see it, they can find it there.
Well, that's true. And this has been going on for at least 10 years. The county board no longer televises their meetings, which probably explains why they only last an hour. There's no grandstanding and, hear much about them. But back in our city council, we might make light of them on occasion. But
Which occasion don't we make light of them?
Well, for a while there were some real cast of characters.
Right.
I mean, there was a guy named Ray Meisner and a couple of others that. Then there was the one guy that got caught stealing the cigars. I forget his name. So, because he wanted to play with the big boys, so he goes into Andrews, I think, and steals a couple $40 cigars.
Yeah.
He didn't win the next election.
No, I
believe
can't
it or not.
understand that.
But they would grandstand, and those meetings would go on for 3 hours. So, but you don't see that too much anymore.
No.
But anyway, if anybody thinks that this is a good idea, first of all, does anybody ever care? Because probably not, because nobody's calling. And we're going to take our break, and then we can get back. We can talk about our president, the Trumpster, who had kind of a colorful week. He actually had his physical yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And the White House physician
passed with flying colors.
What's that guy's name? Dr. Bendova. He's the White House physician. Declared him in excellent health, and he said the examination went well, and they found Nancy Pelosi's class ring. Now that was a production meeting statement that just came to mind.
Just came to you, huh?
Let's take this phone call if we can.
Sure.
Good morning, on Kenosha Today.
Good morning, Kenosha Today. It's Irish Ruth.
Morning, Ruth.
Good morning.
Well, I wondered why, if I couldn't make a suggestion for your anticipating St. Valentine's Day, how about Mardi Gras? How about doing a theme involving Mardi Gras?
Because
everyone is out.
Yeah, but when is Mardi Gras? That's in March.
It is February 9th.
Right. Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe
it's always right near St. Valentine's Day. But I just want you to think about it And also, I have something that I do have a Stump the Chump. Is that for later on?
Yeah,
in the
Yeah,
program?
that's later.
on. That's after.
Okay, so here's something that I do have for you regarding the Miss Kenosha pageant. I see you talking, laughing, and enjoying that which is perfect. While they're enjoying that which is perfect in me, we're appreciating each other. No one is criticizing or noticing unwanted things. So that's a New Year's resolution.
It doesn't apply to us.
That it does apply to you because
Unwanted things.
Kenosha today is all about righteousness, patriotism, laughter, and special events. Would you like to know how I lost the job as the
No.
special event coordinator for the Great Lakes Naval Base?
We'll have to save it for another time. But before we go to the
Okay.
break, I'm going to say I like the idea of the Mardi Gras because Valentine's will be.
Well, we were looking at Valentine's Day and doing it for a Sunday afternoon matinee.
Yeah, but if we get in there for Mardi Gras, every woman in there is going to come in and flash us with bare breasts.
They'll be looking for beads.
Oh, I never thought of that. And
Yeah.
here I was quoting unwanted things.
Well, I think.
Well, maybe we'll get somebody to donate a trip to New Orleans. you
Or
know?
we can get somebody to donate a couple on bare breasts, and we can go for. I like that idea. It's starting to all
That's
come
too
together now.
sleazy.
All right.
That's too sleazy. Bye.
All right, we got to It's about.
Lord, it's a miracle.
All right, we're gonna gather the troops here, and we'll be back in 2 minutes. Formerly
she
known as
just
Uncle
tuned in.
Scotty. What did I just say?
Yeah, you just tuned in.
Yeah, I just.
Oh my goodness, we're back. Oh, the weather. Yeah, we always come right after the weather. Same thing every week, buddy.
We're talking here.
Oh, sorry.
We had some. What were we talking about? Something.
Your red dress.
Oh yeah. Anyway, welcome to the January 13th edition of the Kenosha City Weekly Report. We are live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WLA, spreading the love here at Camp Happy Face. Also bringing you Gas Charlie's Backyard Beavers and saving the Kenosha City Nation from all the perils of the world here in Do Over Kenosha. Again, we invite you to join the thousands of fans who have already signed up and liked us on Facebook and see all the warmth there. And you can visit us on the web at KenoshaToday.com. And we are brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and the legendary Brat Stop, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. Joining us this morning, now that I have officially come out of the transgender bathroom and I can finally sit and pee like a real man, which has been my lifelong dream.
It's good to have goals.
Yeah, I'm goal-oriented.
Yes.
My attorney, Elmo Schneider, Esquire, is here.
Good morning, everyone.
And we are putting the final touches on my $800,000 lawsuit against the Kenosha School District. You know, what really grinds my cookies is in this whole deal, the school board had absolutely no balls in voting for the settlement. Now, this guy's got no balls and comes away with $250,000. Well, I'm thinking, what am I doing wrong? I'm the only guy standing here.
$150,000.
$150,000. Well, it's still a good chunk of
You did
change.
fail math, didn't you?
Yeah, right. I'm only an accountant.
What do I know? Yeah.
Yeah, but I was using a price with tip of $650. So in fairness to me.
I was still $123,000.
Okay. Well, do you want me to introduce you or just?
Nah.
Yeah. Oh no, I got to because I. This is a Kenosha City poster boy for stand-up peeing. Spider Ronnie the camera dude. Now here's my suggestion to you. Next time you go in the men's room to take a leak, you protest by taking a knee.
Okay.
Do you follow what I'm saying?
No.
No, you protest this deal when you're taking a leak.
Okay.
You protest. You take a knee and pee.
Okay. Knee and pee?
You still don't get
No.
it. You know, like the guys doing the NFL when they protest.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting to.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh boy,
Well,
it's like
I thought it was something good.
I couldn't follow it either.
And obviously, board engineering and board operating over there.
Just bored.
He doesn't want no part of any of this business.
No, I'm good.
So, also known in the first half hour as won this morning's Secret Word Challenge, sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services. With over 35 years of tax preparation and financial planning experience, let us guide you with all the options that are still available. Find out how you can take advantage and use the new tax code to your advantage and save the maximum amount of dollars for you and your family. Call me 262-652-6767. Set up a free consultation. And no one has won this morning's secret word as of yet. And if you do, we will send you out a $20 Boathouse gift card. Also, the show is being recorded, right?
Yeah,
for
as far as I know.
Training purposes.
Litigation, more likely.
Yeah, okay.
Always.
In case you have to blip out any words. We've been pretty good in that respect.
Yeah, all things considered, yeah.
Also, special thanks to Elmo. You can find the Kenosha Today Show 365 days, 24/7, up on YouTube. Are we current with?
I still need last week.
Oh,
So we're close to current.
we're close to current. Okay. And after the 11 o'clock break, the top 10 great things about Kenosha's new ice arena. And now, boys and girls, it's time to play Kenosha's fastest growing game show sensation, the lightning round of City and Jeopardy, sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. And to be eligible, no one from your household could have won any contest on WLP within the last 60 days. We'll now clear the phone lines, and I'm going to read the question, which is a very sophisticated, I'm telling you, intelligent and multiple choice question. And you will then get 3 somewhat intellectual answers to choose from. After that, you'll hear the ding. And the first caller to correctly answer the question wins a Kenosha Today $25 gift certificate to the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, located at 4917 7th Avenue here in Kenosha. Open Monday through Friday at 11 a.m., featuring weekly lunch and dinner specials. Enjoy a beautiful waterfront view. In fact, it was frozen up until just a couple days ago. Now
We were watching it break up yesterday.
It's still a beautiful view no matter what the temperature is. Stop in for their big Saturday and Sunday morning breakfast and Bloody Mary special, beginning at 7 a.m. until noon. And if you're planning a party or a banquet, call Joyce, 262-654-9922, or you can find them on the web at theboathousekenosha.com. All right, here's the sophisticated question. What would be the best title for Uncle Scotty's next book? You know, there's going to be a book
know.
deal. We're just looking for a title. So,
Right.
All right, what would be the best title for Uncle Scotty's next book? A, Mayoral Candidates for Dummies, running for public office with a photogenic memory. B, How to Win Friends and Piss People Off, the story of an unpaid bar tab. Or C, Fire and Fury, Life Inside Barter Manor, 262-694-1050 for a $25 gift certificate. What would be the best title for Uncle Scotty's next book? Mayoral Candidates for Dummies, running for public office with a photogenic memory. How to Win Friends and Piss People Off, the story of an unpaid bar tab. Or C, Fire and Fury, Life Inside Barter Manor. We have a caller. Good morning on Kenosha Today.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Donnie.
Donnie, my man.
Yeah, that's me.
Let's see. Okay. Let me read the question again, just in case.
Yes, sir.
What would be the best title for Scotty's next book? A, Mayoral Candidates for Dummies, running for public office with a photogenic memory. B, How to Win Friends and Piss People Off, the story of an unpaid bar tab. Or C, Fire and Fury, Life Inside Barter Manor. Donnie.
The one inside Barter Manor.
Fire and Fury. Yeah, well, that's a good answer. That's a great answer. That's a right answer. The judges were a little slow. Hey, Donnie.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard but we are going to make application to apply to run the Miss Kenosha pageant. You want to join us as a volunteer? Take your time, Donnie.
Yeah, no. I'm having trouble hearing you. The volume's real low.
Oh, okay. Hey, turn the volume up. We're making an application to run the Miss Kenosha pageant.
I think it's a great idea.
Nothing could go wrong. It doesn't say it says here, you don't have to have any pageant experiences, which we don't, and you just have to be organized. That's us, and willing to volunteer your time. Do you want to be
Be glad to help you.
You'd be a judge, or you could vote for Miss Congeniality. But we're having a seniors division, so there's a possibility Shirley might enter.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Conflict of interest, right?
Oh, no.
So.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's 3 oh no's.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, one last question. Do you think we should have settled this transgender deal, or should we just have gone on and gone to the Supreme Court?
It doesn't matter. It's never going to be over.
Okay.
It's not going to be over till the next creature comes along and says it doesn't. I don't like this sign on the bathroom. Maybe it's going to be the next one's going to be, I want to bring my doggie to school with me, and I want a place for my doggie to go to the bathroom too. It was never about. This was taken to task. I was taken to task by another show host saying from the very beginning. I made the comment. This is nothing about nothing but about the Benjamins, and that's all it was.
Exactly.
It was always the money, nothing but the money, and thank God, sing a ditty to thank God and Greyhound he's gone, or wait, maybe thank God and Greyhound she's gone, or wait, maybe thank God and Greyhound it's gone.
It's a big bus full.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. What did the lawyers get? $650.
$650.
So does
exactly what it was. Nothing about the money.
Like you said, it hasn't solved anything. So what's to keep the next little freshman come and say, like you said, I want to bring my dog to school, and I want a place for my dog to poop.
Exactly right.
Or do whatever. Right. And if you don't give me, put a little wristband around the doggy's neck and says the doggy. And now if we got to have a transgendered bathroom for the dog, just let them, like if it's Trimper, go out in the courtyard. What the heck? Go under the tree.
Transgendered dogs. That's a new concept.
So.
Yeah, that's a great one.
we just don't stop. One last thing. You think Oprah has a chance if she runs for president?
I don't know. Can you say it again? Your voice is...
Okay. It says Oprah is, after her speech at the Golden Globes last Sunday, everybody's thinking it was a prelude that she's going to run for president, or trying to plant the seed to get the Democratic Party to support her. And the question is, do you think she should run, and would it make a good contest?
When's the last time she negotiated a nuclear disarmament treaty?
Probably the same year Trump did.
And what can you say? What's the difference between her and what's the guy in that don't go to the White House no more, Al Sharpton? The difference is 400 pounds. That's about it.
Okay, Donnie. I like that. That's well, off the air. Wacky Wayne's going to get. I have it, but he's going to get your name, full name, and address, and I'll send this out on Monday. And we appreciate you calling in.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Donnie.
Don't go away. Okay, Ron Spider's got a question. All right.
Okay, now Donnie won this contest.
Yeah.
What if he used that word, came up with the secret word? Can he win twice? Can he win both of them?
No.
You got to think of that. So just in case.
Did he?
No, he didn't.
No, he
I
didn't.
was just thinking about it. What if?
You trying to cause trouble?
Well, just in case.
Well, then if that's the case,
only one win per show is
yeah.
the rule.
And if that's the case, we just rip that up and put another word and move on.
Yep.
Well, he's right. That's why we don't give him a microphone.
I was just wondering.
Yeah, that's good. And he's always thinking. He's always looking at him. He's not just a pretty face over there.
Pay no attention to the man behind the camera.
Or behind the curtain.
I am the great Oz.
With all these businesses moving in, Foxconn and Uline and what do you call Amazon, what better way? And they're all looking for new job applicants. What better way to take advantage of the very low Kenosha Today advertising rates and increase your ability to fill these positions? The Kenosha Today show has approximately 50,000 listeners during the live Saturday morning program and the Sunday afternoon replay, reaching as far south as North Chicago, west of Lake Geneva, and to the northern suburbs of Milwaukee. If you're looking to fill jobs such as service types, truck drivers, general laborers, warehouse workers, to include any skilled job openings, call me, 262-652-6767. We'll get all the information out and get you going and help you fill those positions.
I have an interesting bit about Amazon.
Sure.
Somebody I know just obtained a pretty high-level job there. He's in Amazon logistics. He's got his master's from Kellogg School of Management down at Northwestern University. And beginning Monday, he has to work in the distribution center here on the floor packing boxes for a week.
Just to learn how
how everything works there. So that's.
I'm supposed to be shocked by that?
Well, I don't.
I think that's a good idea.
Realistically, they do that in just about any company, trying to bring them down so they know what their employees
are doing,
what the peons are doing, so that way they understand the job. So,
well, I think that's a good idea. As long as you talked about that the other day, Sam's Club announced, or Walmart, is closing 63 Sam's Clubs and laying off thousands of workers. What did we hear? 10,000?
Yeah,
10,000 workers. And apparently some of those underachieving stores, underperforming stores in Sam's Club, they're going to convert to online warehouses, right?
Mm-hmm. Distribution centers.
And, you know, they're going to try to compete with Amazon. And Amazon's...
Well, they're number 2 on internet sales after Amazon.
Walmart. But there's a big difference between them, isn't there?
I have no idea, but they're...
See, Amazon's stock closed yesterday at over $1,300 a share. I mean, that's
Bezos is now the richest man ever in the world.
And Walmart announced it's going to plans to boost its starting hourly wage to $11 and to hand out $1,000 bonuses to over 1 million employees, which it says was a result of President Trump's tax reform bill. Well, if that's what it was intended to, you got to love. But there's such a big disparity, I believe, between Walmart and where Amazon is. I mean, Walmart's stock is nowhere close to $1,300 a share. And I guess...
Well, it depends on how many shares are authorized, too. That's different things.
But you could see...
what's the market cap on them?
Yeah, right. Well, that I don't know. I was supposed to find out. But Amazon so far out there. Sam's Club has currently 597 store locations in 46 states. I thought they had a lot more than that, but...
Remember, Walmart is still the world's largest employer.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
Does that include Sam's Club?
Yep, yeah.
Employees
It's all part of Walmart.
All of those people that were working for Sam's, I think they're going to find jobs elsewhere.
Yeah, with the labor market right now, I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Either within the Walmart system, or they could go out to Uline or...
well, for the local stores, you know.
This is, and we talked this morning.
It's not the one in Kenosha is not closing. There are 2 in the Milwaukee area that are.
The Sam's Club you're talking about.
Yep, that's the closest ones.
Well, brick and mortar is having a hard time. Now, Kohl's stock is way up. They had their sales reporting for 2017 was pretty good. They were up, I think, 20%.
Well, that's because they were down the year before.
Well, still.
They had no place to go.
Penny's is disastrous. And Sears, we know that. I think they'll be out of business by the end of this year.
Walmart is $100.87 closed yesterday.
Yeah.
Target is $76, and Costco is $191.
Costco is $191, and so again, like almost says, it could be deceiving because depending on how much his shares are authorized, but still, $1,300 for 1 share of stock that's significant piece of cash, and people keep buying it and keep throwing it in there.
Time for a split.
Well, yeah.
5-to-1 split on that.
They could work on it. 262-694-1050. If going back to the what do you call the Sam's Club people, you know, I think they'll have. Plus, if they give them severance pays and unemployment to tide them over to at least in this area with Foxconn coming in, I think they'll have no trouble finding other jobs. But I wasn't aware that Walmart increased it to $11 an hour. Let's see. Oh, we don't talk a lot of sports, but this was in the paper. The Cubs settled on a 1-year arbitration settlement with Chris Bryant. Now, Chris Bryant kind of got screwed on this deal 3 or 4 years ago. They didn't put him on the opening day roster, so he was only limited. And he was only making $500,000 when he first got here.
Yeah.
So now he was scheduled to make $1.5 million this year. And he goes to arbitration and comes away with $10.8 million for this year on a 1-year contract, which then makes him a free agent, which I don't think the Cubs are going to be able to afford this guy because he's going to, if he has a good year, which he's, you know, he could, who knows how much he could get go and play with the Yankees for probably $100 million. Who just signed $100? Oh, that was that
was Gruden.
Gruden, $100 million.
Son of
He's
Chucky.
just a coach, yeah. But I think if Brian has a decent year, meaning anything close to 290 and 30-some home runs, and I think he could be looking at probably a $250 million 8-year deal with somebody that can afford that. The Cubs obviously can't. But even Addison Russell agreed to on a 1-year contract, $3.2 million, and Kyle Hendricks, $4.1 million. And the guy I really like is Tommy LaStella, who they kept shuffling him back because he had options to go back to Iowa. He's going to make $950,000, so they're not going to pay him that kind of money to go back and play in Triple A Iowa.
Yeah.
So I'm glad him. he's actually a very good ball player, but he's just kind of locked in the numbers game in Chicago.
I think they should bring back Milton Bradley.
The board game?
Throw the ball into the stands when there's only 2 outs.
Oh, yeah. It was in right field, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a guy that's heading the game. How do you explain that? 2 outs, and so there was a guy on base.
There's a guy on base.
And when that happens, everybody advanced.
Aren't they going to get Andre Dawson? You're looking for a coach? The Cubs? I thought I read it.
No, they were comparing
comparing them?
when Andre Dawson was a free agent, and he says, I want to play for the Cubs. He says, here's a contract, you fill in the amount. And I think it was, I don't know if it was Epstein at the time, Theo Epstein, whoever it was, he says, well, I don't really need Andre Dawson, so the general manager fills in $500,000. Dawson says, I'll take it. He played one more year, and I think he was close to the MVP, and he was only paid $500,000. And I think that would have been early 80s when they won the pennant with Ryan Sandberg in that group.
Not Lee Elia.
No, Lee Elia was already gone to speech therapy by then. You talk about, for those Cub fans, remember Lee Elia, the very colorful manager, where they had to blip in a 30-second tirade. They had to blip him out about 13 times. And you know who was Trump's mentor? Lee Elia was Trump's mentor. I could see that now. Oh, that Trumpster. It's one controversial thing almost every day. And he just relishes it. And right now he's getting away with it. And when people see if this tax code is going to help somebody, we'll see. And
next month, people's take home is going to be going up.
I've been looking at these. I don't think they've even released the W-4s in the government. I was listening to a guy from the IRS. He says, don't worry about it. Just fill in the form. We'll take care of it all as far as how much you're going to have withheld. And if you're a married couple, and if you look on your tax return, and if you don't have $24,000 more deductions, this may not help you, but we'll see if the brackets, when they lowered them, and I guess after you do your tax return this year, you'll find out. You can do some calculations to see what this is going to help, because you lose some other itemized deductions that now some of the businesses that have S corps and some of those that are in LLCs that we're converting to S corps. That's going to be a boom for them, because you can have the best of both worlds, and especially if you get to the net of an S corp, and it's 20% deduction, and then that goes to your 1040, taxed at a lower rate than it used to be. That's the way to make money. So that'll help. And whether the Walmarts are giving $1,000 to their employees, I mean, that's what it was intended to. And here you're announcing
mere crumbs.
Yeah, it's a Nancy Pelosi. But you gotta
go back to your caviar and champagne.
I'll
take the $1,000.
Yeah. Well, she was the one that had the plane, had her own plane, or ran up 150,000.
No, she was flying like on Air Force Two.
Okay, but running up caviar and wine.
$100,000 bar tab that stuck to the taxpayers.
Boy, that might even beat my record, right, Ron?
Mere fraction.
Mere fraction. Mere crumbs. Mere crumbs. Spring election's coming up. I don't think anybody cares about that quite yet. The book deal.
How about the people that got bumped off the ballot?
That was. I wonder what they had till I thought Friday to decide on if they were going
to appeal
it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Jesse Downing was one of them, and he messed up his application form and didn't put the right dates. But back in the day, 10 years ago, when Ray Meisner and Alderman Ruffalo, they screwed up. And remember, there was a ethics thing that was filed, and that all went away. They changed the rules at the time.
Honest mistake.
They had them dead to rights. Anyway, we get back. Life expectancy is decreasing. This is important.
Well,
for a guy,
for some of us.
Well, life expectancy is for a guy that's over 60 is decreased by about 3 months.
Like I said, for some of us, this is very important information.
Okay. Mr. 39, you said, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. We're not rounding. Okay. There's a male, 39. You're expected to go to 81.9.
I don't even have...
You got 42.9 now. Yeah, there's a conversion this week.
Right.
Whether
I'm
you're
not too worried about it.
Be a transgender, because there is male and female, and then also it says it does. It does not take into consideration anybody's health information, lifestyle, or if you're married or unmarried. Now, if you're male,
Right.
this could decrease your life expectancy.
So what, I'll make it to 42? That's what you're saying?
That's a stretch.
I'm okay with 3 years.
So we're coming up on the break, and when we get back, we have the top 10, and we have a bunch of
All kinds of other good stuff.
Yeah, we have other good stuff. Oregon beaver killing program was suspended by the federal officials. It's an outrage. Where's the public outcry on that?
I don't know.
More beaver.
And then, of course, there's 2 Florida state senators appear to admit they had a bipartisan affair. They're in the Florida legislature, and they're going at it together.
You
One's a
make it sound
Republican,
like-
one's a Democrat.
Make it sound like a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
That's all, folks.
If you just joined us, this is Auntie Sally Barter, formerly known as Uncle Scotty, and welcome to the January 13th edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report. On this Bring Your Son and or Daughter to Work Saturday, actually, the way things are turning out, you could probably be one and the same if you're in the school district.
Bring your transgender dog to work, Dave.
Yeah, I like Donnie. That's a good point. Where does it end? Seriously, where does this end? And I think somebody else is going to get connected and challenge it to some other degree, whether it be a dog or cat or that's we spend more money at some point in time. Now, the other thing that is still out there is somebody wants to propose the redoing the school the dress code.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's going to be the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we are broadcasting live from Studio A here at AM 1050 on your radio dial. Being brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and the legendary Brat Stop, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses, taking serious journalism to an all-time high, reporting on local stories, state stories, and spanning the globe. I read someplace this week where I thought it was England, that if you get caught doing a fake story, it's about a $5,000 or $10,000 fine. We got that in the kitty, don't we? Someplace? Or we have to have a fundraiser? We'd have to have a... Can you sing, Wayne? Because we're going to have a
you're out of luck.
fundraiser. We're leaving the light on for everybody, spreading the love here for 2018. Joining us this morning, the head of my legal team, as we advance my $800,000 lawsuit against the Kenosha School District for hurting my feelings.
How long ago was that they hurt your feelings?
Oh, brutes.
I'm pretty sure the statute of limitations is up on that one. He should have mentioned that, back in the
67. You think 50 years is too long?
1922,
Hey.
whenever it was you were in high school.
If all these gals can come out and accuse all these very fine gentlemen of
Which fine gentleman?
well, I'd rather not say.
Okay.
Like the Matt Lauers, and there's another thing about somebody, Trump propositioned some prostitute.
Probably.
A porn star was.
Okay.
Back in 2006.
I'm sure that's credible.
Yeah, her name was Dandy Dials or something like that. That's her stage name. It was listed in the paper today. I should have cut it out. Anyway, if they can come
Wasn't she
out
in the studio a while back here?
But if all these gals can come out of the closet from nowhere 20 and 30 years ago and start accusing these guys of inappropriate touching, hey, I got a shot at this.
No, you don't.
My feelings have been hurt. Look how I turned out.
Yes, I'm sure that's why you turned out the way you did.
Judge takes one look at me and he said, guilty, give him the money. Anyway, Alma works for the law firm of Dewey, Cheatham and Howe, and I think we got a chance. Esquire.
I'll only charge $600,000. I'll give you a $50,000 discount on this one.
Hey, can I cash in some of these? These were
yeah, of course I get paid in barter coins.
Right. Expired
well,
gift cards.
I didn't know that. Some of them I gave them some gift certificates, and some of them were current, but there was a couple that had expirations of 2014 and 12. But I don't know if you could still use it. But here, K-Dog, these are barter coins. We can get to this after. Indoor range. I can.
Yeah, 1 hour shooting at the gun range.
1 hour shooting at the gun range.
Expired in 1985.
There is no expiration.
Oh, fantastic.
1 hour of shooting time. I suppose I got to get a gun for that, huh?
They might rent guns.
You can rent them there. Yep.
Chancery be my guest. Dave and Deb Busters. This has got to be, we're in Canada.
It's like
No.
an adult. It's an adult Chuck E. Cheese.
It's a video game place.
Oh, an adult store. This is me.
An adult store.
No, Dave and Buster's is not an adult store.
What is it?
It's you go there and eat, drink, and play video
Play
games.
video. It's a big arcade.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to go in with a bunch of snot-nosed kids screaming in.
More like 20
Snot-nosed adults, yeah.
snot-nosed adults
yeah.
drinking heavily and playing video games. You'll fit right in, minus the video games. It requires hand-eye coordination.
We don't get loud and obnoxious, do we?
No.
Oh, I'm sure.
Let us entertain you. L-E-T-T-U.
That's a very good chain south of the border here. So.
Oh, we'd have to go to. I'd have to go down to Illinois for that.
Wildfire.
There's another one. M&M gift card. Where's this place? Oh, these actually belong to K-Dog. I'm not at liberty to.
How do you have them?
He let me
gave them
use
to us.
Here you go, Spider. You can have the baby gift card. That's at Walmart.
So Walmart.
And here's another Dave and Buster's Safeway Club. I can only ask what that's about. Oh, Safeway stores. Okay. Dick's Sporting Goods. Tim Hortons. What's that?
It's in Canada.
Looks like a
Well,
oil.
I think they have one in Detroit.
Looks like an oil and lube deal. And then
That's where you can get poutine.
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 Gravy-covered French fries.
French fries.
Then
Yeah.
I got 2 passes for the Marcus theaters. I got 2. I could take a guest. Elmo, you interested?
No.
Spider, you want to
They
go
got a
with me
balcony
to-
there?
Yeah, you want to go with me to the 11 o'clock matinee? It says executive. We could be in the executive sessions. It's not valid for trade, so I'd have to go and use this myself. And anyway, that comes to compliments of the K-Dog. Boy, there's a guy.
We're not sure what's left on any of those cards. But
Yeah. Well, you know what? I don't think a lot of people are taking it serious about this lawsuit. I think we forget going all the way to the top with this. Forget the Supreme Court. We just take it all the way to Lincoln Park Lagoon and back. And then I think what we should do is we buy ourselves a white Bronco, stock it with gloves and beards, get a hold of Kalo Kalin, and head for I-94. Let them chase us around the neighborhood, huh? Now, that's if we're successful. And if we're not successful, how about I take you guys ice skating?
Swimming, you mean?
Yes. Wear your thong. Anyway, as he is each and every Saturday, our video coordinator, Spider Ronnie, the camera dude's here. And Wacky Way has absolutely nothing to do with this deal today. And for those that haven't signed on to like us on the Kenosha Today Facebook page, get on there and almost got postings just about every day. Some are good and some are funny and some are funnier.
Watermelon man.
Talk about a little kid.
Yeah, right.
With too much time on his hands. The status of this morning's Secret Word Challenge, sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services. With over 35 years of tax preparation financial planning, let us guide you as there are still many options available under the new tax code for you and your family to save the maximum dollars and keep it all in your pocket. Call me at 262-652-6767. We can set up a free consultation for you. And if you just happen to say this morning's secret word, we will even send you a $20 Boathouse gift card. All right, now, you ready?
I'm as ready as I'm going to be.
I don't think Wayne wants to be here today.
I got you.
You
I'm on top of my thing. I'm paying attention to all the buttons I got to press.
It's the sudden cold weather.
Yeah.
That must be it.
The long ride-in from Antioch probably
Yes.
slowed down your mentatasalism. Written in her home office on the deck at the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category, the top 10 great things about Kenosha's new ice rink. Number 10, you can barely see the frozen body of Walt Disney. Number 9, Canadians don't have to pay their alternate side parking tickets. Number 8, special times allowed to stalk on skates. Number 7, We Energies cuts the power after our check for $62,000 bounced. Number 6, can easily fit into any pothole in town. Number 5, only place where Tanya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan can go to hold hands. Number 4, guests from Perverts World allowed to use the outdoor peekaboo porta potty. Number 3, City Alderman now referred to as hockey pucks. Number 2, replaces the Velodrome as the biggest waste of money in town. And the number 1 great thing about the new ice rink here in Kenosha, okay, guess
Wait
nothing.
for it.
Again,
Wait
wait
for
for
it.
it. Nothing. Wait for it. Wait for it. Now, see, Wayne, aren't you glad you participated in that?
I think you skipped number 7, though. Just saying. Pretty sure you went from 8 to 6.
No.
Maybe I blinked.
We Energies cuts the power after
Was
our
that
check.
7?
Yeah.
That's 7.
All right. Maybe you did hit 7. All right.
You were hanging on my every word.
I
and you missed it?
I must have blinked at that particular moment.
Oh, jeez. Okay. I got to read this, and then we'll play Stump. Oh, we have a caller.
We do. Let's see what they got.
Is it legit?
Good morning. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
It's Irish Ruth.
Irish Ruth.
Hello. How about girls are flashing at the ice rink, freezing their tootsies?
Is that what they call them? Tootsies?
Their toes.
Oh.
No.
Their toes. But I'll have a stump Phyllis,
Okay. All right.
please.
Just hang on. I got to build up the act here. Okay. Hey, boys and girls, look at the clock on the wall.
Tick tock, tick tock.
It says it's 11:16, and everybody knows what that means. It's time for all our listeners to strut their stuff and try to stump the chumps. And if you're successful in stumping the chumps, you will win a $15 gift certificate to Cabin Fever, located at 8249 South Sheridan Road here in Kenosha, home of Benny the Backyard Beaver's Roadkill Museum, where they feature free food every Sunday during the football playoffs. Or you can take door number 2 and get the high honor and privilege of sitting here with us for an hour on an upcoming show.
Could always be a fun time.
Could be.
Could be. You never know what the topics of the day are going to be.
Yeah. This is a huge opportunity for our audience to bring something of intelligence. Is that you, Ruth? Intelligence? Ruth.
Excuse me? I was wishing for another sponsor for you. What a great day for Cabin Fever. Bring it on.
Yep.
Okay, here's my question.
Wait a minute. I'm not done building up the act here.
It's a lot of buildup.
Yep.
All right. After the phone lines, well, they've been cleared. We're going to take your trivia question, Ruth, just a minute, or a song title. And if you're successful to stump the chumps, we will get you a $15 gift certificate to Cabin Fever. Now, we're going to take a trivia question or a song title. And by the way, the chumps this morning consist of Elmo, Esquire, Spider Ronnie, Wacky Wayne, and Uncle Scotty and or Auntie Sally. So you see what you're up against. All right, now I got to hear it, please. Hit me with your best shot.
Oh, yeah.
He's all right, kill the band. All right, Irish Ruth. What is this, a trivia
okay.
question?
I wish it could have been the song, but I don't know if this qualifies as a trivia, but I'm going to ask it anyway, all right? And you decide whether it is trivia.
Okay.
Can you name a parade in New Orleans that is named after a bottle of wine?
Just a second. Parade in New Orleans. You have this fixation of New Orleans, don't you?
I love it.
Parade in New Orleans that's named after.
Have you been there? Have you been there?
No, I
have
not been there.
I don't, all of those young girls scantily clad and flashing their breasts. I don't know, just not.
His heart couldn't take it.
Oh, sure. All right, we believe that. Oh,
all right, now hang on, right now.
You expect us to believe that? That would be really incredibly virtuous of you if you were truthful on that.
Virtuous? I don't think. Okay, a parade in New Orleans. Is this during Mardi Gras?
Actually, it's twice a year.
Okay, and it's named after
twice a year.
Bottle of wine.
Okay, okay. Do you have?
Taking you a long time.
I'm writing here.
I've got it figured out.
Okay, who is it?
It's the MD 2020 parade.
How was that? Did you hear that? MD 2020 parade.
No, that's not it at all.
What is it?
It's called the Prince of Wales.
Prince
Are you
of Wales
sure?
is a bottle of wine?
Yeah.
Named after a bottle of wine, the Prince of Wales.
What kind of waddle of wine this is? I've never heard of wine called the Prince of Wales.
Could at least be the Thunderbird parade.
You find yourself a bottle of Prince of Wales wine, and it would be worth a great deal of money if you could find one now.
Well, now that I've gone over to the transgender side, what if I can find a queen of whales?
Well, maybe you could produce it.
Wow.
Well, okay. So
Okay, here's the deal. Off the air, Wacky Wayne's going to get your, Irish is just a nickname, right?
It could be a first name, and it could be, a last name.
Well, you got about 10 seconds to decide. You can tell him, give me your address and your phone number, and I'll send this out to you on Monday.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and well, Wayne's doing that.
Aunt Sally, I was thinking, since you made the switch, you giving up the Long Islands for some white Zinfandel?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I could, and put a little olive in it, and... So nowadays, when you see me coming out of the women's bathroom, it's on purpose.
You just didn't get lost.
Yeah. Another great sponsor, Care.
The standard one made with beef, potatoes, rutabagas, and some other good stuff in there. And they had a Union part, a Pete's Place original one, which was spinach and feta cheese.
Feta cheese.
So I think they're going to keep the standard one all the time and mix it up a little bit for the second one. So, also live music tonight. Dropping Daisies is playing there. So.
Oh, Dropping Daisies. Well, did you look it up to verify this? There is a bottle of wine called the Prince of Wales. I didn't. Look it up, or the Queen, the Queen of Wales. I think we might have been had by Irish Ruth.
I know. I doubt it.
I know. She's pretty honest.
Yep.
If you just joined us, we've been putting our thoughts together for a couple big promotions. One, if we want to make application to run the Miss Kenosha pageant next year, and we think we've got a good chance. We got a lot to offer. We got a lot to bring to the table.
Yep.
Or under the table, however the case may be. And we're also putting our plans for February for a place that will be disclosed next week. We're going to be Sunday, a live show.
If we can put this together
for a Valentine's. Valentine's is on that Sunday, right?
That's it, February 14th.
Boy, what better way to say to your sweetheart that you love him and or her, or in case it's one and the same.
Can't wait to see Captain Mike dressed up like Cupid.
Well, is he back by then?
Oh, shucks. I'm going to have to be here in the studio. I'm going to miss all the fun.
No, this is going to be out and about.
Nothing.
That's why I said he'll be here in the studio.
Yeah.
You'll your participation will be on a volunteer basis if you want to.
Ooh.
Look at the time.
Busy guy. So sorry. Yeah. Yeah.
Is it really? What is it?
Yeah, Prince of Wales wine, vintage 1971, going for $35 on eBay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Irish Ruth stumped us legitimately.
That's right.
And of course, we don't cheat. We could have cheated, but we're pretty honest, and
we're computerless on this side.
I'm computerless on any side.
Right. You're still using an abacus to calculate taxes?
Yeah. One dingy, two dingy.
That's a slide rule.
Yeah. Forget the Trump plan. I got my own plan. Just sign here, and we were talking about Sam's Club. If anybody wants to call us of any of these topics that we've been talking about today, whether you think Oprah would make a nice candidate to go against Trump in 2020. I'm surprised we only got two and a half years left, and they haven't thrown anybody out there. And I can't imagine it's going to be
it's pretty early yet.
I know, but you got to start at some point in time, at least dangling some names out there. And, Oprah with her ego, she could probably be talked into it. And like Donnie says, well, when was the last time she negotiated a nuclear arms deal? Well, when's the last time Trump did? He's the guy that's toying with Rocket Boy and saying, I got a bigger thumb on the button than you do. Boy, that makes
I heard rumors that Joe Biden is going to retire from being a roadie for Whitesnake and then jump back into the race.
A roadie for Whitesnake. Good morning on Kenosha Today.
Good morning.
Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, this is Denny. I couldn't stop you last week.
Well, you're barely smarter than a fifth grader, Denny, and since we both went to the same elementary school, I can relate to that.
Hey, I do have a little info for you, though.
Okay, all right.
The Prince of Wales parade, that's not really after a bottle of wine. Well, they all drank G&B Scotch, which on their label celebrated the Prince of Wales. So it's actually Scotch whiskey, not wine.
So we got it on a technicality, huh?
Yeah, kind of. I do have one question for you, too. This was a tough one. You guys are familiar with the way geese fly in a wing formation, in a V formation?
Yeah.
Sure.
Very few people know this, but do you know why one side of that V is always considerably longer than the other side?
It's the women are on that side.
No, it's not male and female.
Oh. Okay.
One side of the V is always considerably longer than the other side when they fly in formation.
Okay, I see.
I would think it would have to do with wind direction for some reason.
No, the answer is that because there's more geese on that side.
It's true.
Like I said, Denny, you and I went to the same elementary school.
I thought you'd enjoy
Boy,
that.
I wish I had money. I wish I had something to send you, but you're going to have to come up to Kenosha from the Ozarks to collect.
I'll see you when I get up there.
Hey, I got. Let's see. I was going to ask you a question. You're familiar with the Miss Kenosha pageant?
Well, somewhat.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're thinking of making an application to take it over next year, and we're looking for some volunteers. You have any interest? You have talent, and you know women, don't you?
I know more than one.
Well, that qualifies you.
Yeah, that would be women, yes.
And see, we'd let you, with your brilliancy, we'd let you write the questions that we'd ask the girls.
Would I have access to the pageant the way Trump did?
Dressing room inspector?
Yeah, you would be a dressing room inspector?
No, not really, but I think that he had that access. I do believe that.
That's how I read that. So, well, Denny, thanks for calling, and call me back next week with another brilliant question. That was pretty good. Thanks. All right.
Take care.
Yeah. That was
good. That's
why did automatically my mind go to thinking it was a male-female thing? I
don't want to know what goes on in your mind.
I'm at the golf course at Brightendale. I see the geese flying all over the place. Coming in the spring and leaving in the fall, and I see exactly those formations. And quite frankly, I didn't care as long as I'm not stepping in the doo-doo. That
stay off the greens.
Stay off the greens, and boy, they got a great way to get rid of the geese out there. No, they tried shotguns. They tried dogs, but the geese. They're a little smarter than they just went to the next pond. Mm-hmm. There's a 10-day window at the end of June, this is serious, where the geese lose their flight feathers. And so they can't go anywhere. Obviously, if you can't flight feathers.
Right.
And you see them all over. So
They're
the DNR
molting.
comes in, and they herd them all into a cage, and they just put them in cages and put them in a semi and trip them up to the slaughterhouse and feed them to the prisoners. And our geese problem at the golf course is no more.
No more.
No more. And I think that's an excellent way. But they did try shooting them. And they shot one and came down right in front of a lady's cart. I mean, there was blood all over. It was not pretty. Of course, she was screaming and hollering. But you got to figure you're in the middle of the fairway trying to, and all of a sudden, splat! Here comes a geese right down in front of you. So, all right, when we get back. We are coming back, Wayne, for the...
Yeah, as far as I can tell, it doesn't look like they replaced us yet.
Okay. Yet.
Just wait.
As long as they pay the bill.
One more litigation, and I don't know if paying the bill will cut it.
We've only been questioned one time, and that was a nonsense charge. That was about a year ago. A nonsense charge.
Yes.
And so we beat the rap on that thing. So out of 22... Well, I've had some snotty letters from lawyers along the way, but we haven't done anything. It's called freedom of speech. Yeah. Ask the president. Ask the Trumpster. Freedom of speech. And what was somebody else? Oh, that teacher. And then we'll go to the break. That teacher was speaking in, I thought it was Alabama or Mississippi, at a school board meeting protesting at citizens' comments. They were going to give the superintendent a $30,000 or $40,000 raise. So she was gavelled down. They said, your time's up. You get your 3 minutes. You're done. She kept yapping. And so she kept going. The guy kept gaveling her down, the guy running the meeting.
Sure.
So here comes the big state trooper, or not sheriff, takes her out. And she walks
Cuffs
out.
her.
cuffs her, and next thing I know, she's in the hallway on the ground, but she's resisting. I saw the clip of this, and she's screaming and hollering. All you do is shut up and go out, and none of this would have happened. And then there was death threats, and it got ugly down there.
Oh, I bet.
But you know, when this guy's about 6'5", and he's pretty well built, and you got this short, chunky.
There'll be another lawsuit.
School teacher. Well, they said no, they weren't going to charge her, and she said she returned to the classroom, and all bygones be bygones.
Yeah, some lawyer will pick it up and convince her to sue. So.
But what was the
and
basis?
get all the money from it.
Yeah. See? And if in the meantime of the lawsuit, she goes and claims she's now a guy. There's double indemnity. All right, we'll be back in a couple minutes. Down the slippery slope on the Kenosha Today trolley ride this morning. That's what people like me call it, the slippery slope.
The slippery slope.
By the way, if anybody wants to get me a gift for my next birthday, the adult bookstore has this great 3-piece soap on a rope thing now that I've gone over to the other side. So, who says we don't take things serious? See, Spider, he's lit up already. If you just joined us, this is the January 13th edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report, coming to you live and streaming worldwide here on AM 1050 WIPC. My friend Denny's all the way down in the Ozarks and listens to us.
That's pretty good.
Troubling that he has this much time in the Ozarks. He's probably sitting on the old front porch, with a little corncob pipe and a straw hat.
You think Kim Jong-un listens to us?
Oh, jeez. Call in the airstrike. If you see something blipping across the radar,
don't worry, I won't be here anymore.
Actually, they probably pipe this show into the prison camps over there to torture the people. So that's
there is a percentage chance on that. Yeah.
Forget waterboarding. Listen, you guys got to listen to this show for 2 hours a day. Being brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and the legendary Brat Stop, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. This morning's cast of characters: Elmo Schneider, Esquire.
Good morning.
And from the galaxy called Spider Dome, the head of its Spider Dome. I messed that up. Anyway, he's here. That dude over there, that dude right over there. He's here. Along with our engineer, board operator, Wacky Wing, all jacked up now that the winter roadkill season is here. So if we are successful in winning this lawsuit against the district, I said I'll take you guys on vacation. We'll get a couple bottles of rum chata or some of this
Prince of Wales.
Stuff.
Some
stuff.
Get a bag lunch and a couple
to
lawn
Sturtevant.
chairs. Yeah, head up to Sturtevant, watch the new construction of Foxconn.
Yeah, the frontage road.
And we'll sit in the frontage road. bring some sunblock.
That's living.
And boy, don't give much. And I'll bring the gift cards just in case.
Yep.
And like I said, if I'm not successful,
Right.
but I have a lot of faith in Elmo's lawyering abilities.
Yes, his skills.
Then I'll take you skating at the new rink.
Right. That sounds fun.
We are here each and every Saturday morning from 10 a.m. until noon, or at least we are for now. There's this call coming in, and we had this thing. We've used it on past occasions. That beamer. So if somebody calls
Pete
in,
was telling me about that.
and if it's private or what's the other one?
Unavailable. Yeah.
Or if it's just a number that you're screwing around with, we can push that one button, and it will beam through the satellite, and it'll tell us exactly where that number is located.
Right.
So if you think you're playing with a couple chumps here.
We had that when Pete was here.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. Well, I'm developing the new one, though. So you hit the button, you're immediately connected with Rachel from Cardholder Services.
No?
No.
Anyway, if you happen to miss, this guy keeps calling in, and all we got to do is hit that button, and within a couple seconds, it'll tell us where this thing is. Anyway.
Sending a drone over.
Where am I at here? If you happen to miss the replay, if you happen to miss our Saturday show, you can...
If you're not listening right this second and you missed this show, we'll play it again.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
If you happen to miss the replay, you can listen to us live, except that would have already happened. So.
Yeah. Anyway, status of the Secret Word Challenge to win a $20 gift card from Barter's Financial Planning Service. Still yet to be named. Don't forget it. You can still call me at 262-652-6767. Schedule a free financial planning consultation and put yourself in a position to take advantage of the new tax code.
We're giving a hint?
Yeah, we can give. You want to give it now? Go ahead.
That's time. So.
Here's the hint.
What best describes the $800,000 lawsuit settlement by the school district?
Now, you might have to keep your hand on the blip button.
Yeah, I guess. way to leave it nice and vague, guys.
And now, boys and girls, it's time for this week's edition of As the Brat Turns. High five, zingers, and doofuses. See, I'm going over the
He's
other
got
side.
a limp wrist. When he did that. Stop it.
See? More proof of why he doesn't get a mic. And you were pushing for it one week. You're like, oh, he needs a mic. No. He doesn't.
I think we should.
I'm sure you do.
Well, look at him.
Uh-huh. He looks so alone and sad over there, yeah.
Coming to us from the beer garden in the world-famous and legendary Brat Stop, located on the northwest corners of highways 59 and 94 here in Kenosha. Open at 8 a.m. 7 days a week, 365 days a year, serving breakfast, lunch, dinner, and everything in between. For more information on what's going on at the Brat, they got bands all the time.
Can we I mentioned a special announcement about an upcoming event out there.
Okay, go ahead.
It's the February 3rd, I believe, is the Polar Plunge for Special Olympics.
Oh, I can't make it that day.
And Boys and Toys will be playing out there from 1 till 5 in the afternoon. So for all you geezers that can't stay awake past 7 o'clock, here's your chance to go.
What's he looking at me for?
Get your rock and roll on in the afternoon. So.
You have a habit of being in bed by 7, just saying.
That's if I'm on a lucky night.
Right, I know.
To sleep.
No, right. There is no lucky night. You're in bed by 7 without a problem.
Without a partner.
Right.
Without anything else for that matter.
Right.
I got the little fluffy teddy bear. That
I'm sure.
A couple years
When
ago.
you wake up in the morning, you go look in the mirror and go, what should I wear today?
Yeah. For those that didn't hear, the spider says, when I wake up in the morning, what do I look in the mirror and say, what should I wear today? Oh, my. Well, see, now that I've gone over the other side, I've got 2 closets to choose from. I got the his and the hers. So.
Do I wear the pink dress or the lavender dress?
Yeah.
All your normal clothes and then all the clothes the girls have left behind. It's good to have options.
Wow. He's sitting over there acting, very quiet for 90 minutes. Now
Hey, I gave you 90 minutes.
Now you're coming out of the closet.
Somehow I don't think so.
As the Brat turns like the sands in the hourglass in the days of our lives. This week's high five goes to the Kenosha Thunder hockey program for putting together a fundraiser to help pay medical expenses for 11-year-old Maisie Bartelheim, who is suffering from a very rare genetic disorder. The Thunder and its boosters will be accepting donations beginning at 5 p.m. today at the Iceplex in Pleasant Prairie. Their goal is to raise $4,000, but I got to believe that when our community comes together to help children in need, we can more than double that amount. That's this afternoon beginning at 5 p.m. at the Iceplex in Pleasant Prairie. So to Kenosha Thunder, we salute you. This week's zinger, and this is a no-brainer. By that I'm referring to the Kenosha School Board for caving in like a Kenosha pothole and settling this transgender lawsuit for $800,000. The sad part is that we haven't settled anything, as we've talked before. We simply paid out $800,000 big ones to someone who can't decide which bathroom they want to use. I say poppycock.
Lucky you got a bathroom to use.
Yeah. You go to China and ain't got a bathroom. My fear is this sets a very bad precedent in that the next individual who feels traumatized because they aren't fully potty trained will keep lawyers busy for the next decade. Not to mention the toilet paper companies whose sales will now double. See, nobody thought about that angle. We say stop the madness and flush this whole deal down the crapper.
Hit it.
Get it? Down the crapper? Get it?
Yeah, I got you.
Speaking of which, you know that
Enough about this show.
today is the day that Thomas Crapper invented the toilet.
Boy, that's so
How many years ago? But it's January 13th.
That's right. Everybody doesn't realize it was a Thomas
Crapper.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wasn't there a guy named
Crapper Toilet Company.
And it was a
founded.
guy named John that they No, there was another, his brother was John or somebody named John. That's why they called I'm going to the John.
Called it to the John.
And now today say I'm going to the Sally.
Yeah.
For Susie.
And what should I wear?
I'm going
Right.
Yeah. This week's Doofus award goes, here's another no-brainer, President Donald the Tweeter Trump for using a contemptuous description of an entire continent when making a statement about immigration to suggest that he considered certain countries S-holes. See, I cleaned that up for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Goes a bit too far for a sitting president. I mean, we don't even use that type of language at a Kenosha City production meeting. That Trumpster is supposed to be a role model for all the snot-nosed little kids in America. And I can hear it now on every playground across the country. Little Johnny telling his teacher, this place is a S-hole. Now, see, Denny and I did that back in the days at Forest Park School. And now the Lord is really weeping. And there you have it, folks. As the brat turns for this Saturday, January 13th, I'm Scotty Barter, or Auntie Sally. No one's won the secret word. You got, we have a caller there?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. You guys right on the ball. Good morning on Kenosha today.
Hey, how's it going, Scott and everybody else?
It's Auntie Sally to Auntie Sally to you.
He doesn't even know his name.
Did you hear I'm a transgender now?
You're a transgender now?
I've gone to the other side.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's slotted for the operation later this week.
Oh, I'm not going to have the operation.
You're just saying that now.
At least you'll get to do a lot of clothes shopping.
Yeah, you know, I only got the one red dress in the closet. And so...
hey, that Amazon Prime membership's going to pay off.
Hey, my ship is coming in. And you know, if you ever saw a picture, Ron had that up on YouTube sometime with that red dress, but that was a size 12. And now that I'm retaining water, I got to take a 16 or 18. I've become bustier.
Oh, wow.
Man, boobs. Man.
It's my weightlifting program.
Yeah, you were telling us a story about that, weren't you?
My weightlifting program?
No, with you wearing the tank top out around the pool.
Oh, that's... oh, that was, had to be 12 years ago. My friend Gene had a pool party, and I was probably 235 pounds at the time. And from golfing, I had a tank top. So I'm sitting on the side of this pool without the tank top, and so my upper torso was all white. I looked like I should have been on National Geographic. All I needed was a banana and a coconut. That was, and then what they do, that was in July or August. So on Super Bowl Sunday, he took a picture and had it blown up and put it on every window in the boathouse on the deck for the Super Bowl Sunday. The place was rocking, and I didn't even notice it. They're sitting there pointing at me, and I'm going, oh man, you know, people point at me all the time, and then I see this probably 12 pictures up there. So, what's on your mind there, Shorty?
Dirty.
Shorty.
Shorty.
What's on your mind?
Never use the word mine and dirty in a row with me.
So,
how you been dealing with this cold weather?
I snuggle up at night, pull the covers over my head.
Really?
And I got this big stuffed bear that I sleep with.
What's it stuffed with?
With any luck at all, Dennis, we might not want to go there.
Hey, did Camp go to Mexico?
He's already there.
Yep.
All right.
He's probably got, let's see, I don't know what time they're on. They're about an hour behind us.
No, they're same.
Same time?
Yep.
He's probably got a bottle of tequila down already.
He's not one of those provinces that they put off limits to Americans, is he?
No, this is the one province where Mexico built the wall to keep him out.
Is he sitting on the porch with his underwear, or what?
Well, in Mexico, you can, you know.
Probably better we don't know.
I wonder if he took that red bathrobe with him down there. So
yeah.
Oh, no.
I really thought Go ahead.
I wonder if they'll let him drive a train down there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Him and the cartel.
Yeah.
Hey, now that I'm a transgender, you're going to have to tell Mrs. What's-Her-Name that I can't meet with her on Wednesdays anymore. I'm off limits. I'm tarnished goods.
Why not? You could be even though you're transgender, you could still be bi.
Oh, no. Once you go back, once you go over to the other side, I've already got
guys
pennies for
lined
my
up.
loafers.
Yeah.
And,
You know, if you do go bi, it doubles your chance for a date.
You got this all figured out, don't you, Dennis?
He's taken his eye off what's-her-name, and he's got his eye on you now, Dennis. I wouldn't come around too much anymore.
As long as he's only got his eye on me.
Right, well, you know. He's got a stockpile of vodka and chips he'll be over later.
That's right. He's bringing his own now.
Bring some Johnny Mathis 8-tracks, will you?
Look at me. I'm like a... What's this?
Look at me.
I'm as stupid as a chicken in a tree.
Name that tune.
Didn't Elmo sing there with the German choir, or no?